There are a lot of ways to spend your precious resources in War Robots. So I wondered, which are the best and which are the worst? In today's video, we'll be doing a gambling tier list because for some reason putting the words tier list in the title just makes the video pop off automatically. But before we get into that, don't forget to smash that like and subscribe! But before we get into that, I'd like to give you all a little disclaimer. Gambling in general is just awful. Companies literally hire psychologists to fleece you of your money in the most efficient ways possible. I think that says enough about it. But War Robots gambling in specific is really bad. But Arazahi, you say, don't you play a bunch of other gacha games? Their entire gameplay loop revolves around saving gambling tokens just to get yourself an anime waifu. Well, dear viewer, the thing that differentiates War Robots from other gacha games are a couple things. First and foremost, though, the majority of gambling systems in War Robots are entirely paywalled. Gacha games typically give the player enough free resources to get anything they want if they spend them wisely, even the newest released item. This brings me to the next issue with War Robots gambling. Its complete lack of any sort of pity mechanic. And no, the guaranteed special prize system does not count. It only guarantees a prize, not the prize you want. The reason I don't mind the gambling mechanics in other gachas is simply because the pity mechanic guarantees that whatever it may be that you're trying to get, you will get it after a certain amount of attempts. War Robots does not have any such system, which can leave you pulling and pulling and pulling with no end in sight. Put simply, in War Robots, every single pull is a gamble, but in other gachas, you're just buying something for a set price, and if you happen to get it early, well then, you call that a surprise discount. So that just means everything in War Robots goes into F tier, right? Tier list over, pack it up, catch you later. No, I'm just kidding. While I will never endorse spending actual money gambling in War Robots, the fact is, as players of this game, these are kind of systems that we really have no choice but to interact with. War Robots definitely doesn't give you enough free resources to guarantee anything, but they still do give you some, so it's worthwhile to discuss what slot machine you should put your free coins in. So without further ado, let's get right into the list. Starting off strong in F tier is the newest gambling station, Hank's Floating Shipyard. While the currency used to access this system changes around, all the best items are locked behind the D-Gem spins. And as you all know, D-Gems are a completely paywalled currency. If that wasn't bad enough, the rates listed in the shipyard are just straight up wrong. We don't know what the actual rates are, but we do know that it's not this, because it just doesn't add up. Right next to the floating shipyard in F tier, we have pilot skill rerolling. Memoriam is a pretty valuable and relatively difficult to obtain currency. Spending 500 to get a random trash skill when you could just guarantee the skill that you want for 750 is kind of a stupid idea. Next, we have D tier, which is occupied by the Pilot Center and the Microchip Center. Refreshing these shops is technically a form of gambling, so they're on this list. While the Microchip Center doesn't exist anymore, it functioned just the same as the Pilot Center. Spend some gold and 3 new offers appear. Honestly though, these systems are really insane when you think about it. You aren't just gambling to get what you want, you're gambling to get the opportunity to buy what you want. Whose fucking idea was this? Our other entry into D tier is going to be War Robots Royale. Does anyone remember this ancient system? It's been through a couple redesigns, but the way it worked at the core has always been the same. Technically, War Robots Royale did have some sort of pity system, because if you claimed everything on the board, you could guarantee that you got what you wanted. So why is it in D tier? Well, War Robots Royale was not only damn near impossibly expensive because each successive pull costed exponentially more and more, but it was also incredibly deceptive and predatory. The design of the system implied equal odds of getting each prize, but this was of course not the case, as the good prize was almost always going to be the last one that you would get. Of course, War Robots didn't even show drop rates whatsoever for the longest time, which completely ignores the Android and iOS terms of service, but that's a conversation for another day. In C tier, we have event chests, or as we know them now, data pads. This system has changed a lot over the years, and some variations of it have been better than others, but I'd end up spending the whole video talking about event chests if I tried to rank them all, so I'm going to just group them together here. Ultimately, the system has always served the same purpose, to completely fuck you, to randomly distribute the newest robot and weapons available. Thankfully, these events have always given out at least some pulls for free, so if you're lucky enough, you might get to play with the newest robot every few events, but I wouldn't count on it. Honestly, I've never been to a black market before, but something tells me that even the shadiest black markets don't make you gamble for their wares. You want some illegal drugs? $25 and I'll flip a coin to decide if I can sell it to you. Nonetheless, the War Robots black market is going to go in B tier, primarily because of how accessible it is. A grindy free-to-play opening gold chests during super chest rush events can get themselves plenty of high-end gear without spending a dime. Alongside the newly updated workshop, the black market ends up being the primary method of acquiring endgame gear for free. Just don't try going for that lucky title, you're not going to get it. Originating as the bingo box back in the day of event chests, the clan shipyard is probably the best way to go about getting your hands on a good mothership, so it's A tier. Occasionally, there are these black market events that will increase the chances of getting a mothership from the black market, but this shipyard can actually guarantee that you get it over time. The main thing keeping it out of S tier is that making the same currency used to maintain clan buffs, a gambling currency, creates a free rider problem. Finally, the sole gambling system in S tier is the supply center. It's free, you get one a day, you can get some more with ads. Do I need to say anything else? Free stuff is cool. But what's not cool is gambling. Don't do drugs, stay in school, and as always, thanks for watching.